Which one?
Well, you told me you had a serious one. You were gonna say.
Okay. Yes. I was in a little town near me at LaMonte, Missouri, and I tore a church down.
Tore it down? Oh, okay.
Tore the church down. And I had, it was the last load, and I had it loaded with debris from that church in a big old high-sided scrap trailer. And I was waiting at the intersection in Lamont.
You had to demolish it, you say?
Yeah, I demolished it, and it was the last load. We cleaned everything up, and it was after dark, about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and we was leaving, and I had two of my pickups and a hook truck and a pickup behind me, and we was waiting at the intersection of 127 and 52, or 50. And anyway, I pulled up there and I was waiting for the traffic to, it was on a Friday night. And anyway, I was waiting for the traffic to go across 50 highway and go south on 127 home. But anyway, I was waiting there, and I waited there quite a while, and there was the last I remember until I woke up is when I went, I was sitting there, there was a van sitting in the middle of the road.
You fell asleep?
No. But whenever I took off with the truck, I couldn't leave and go across 50 highway unless the traffic was, I could go all the way across because my truck would block the westbound.
Yeah,
50.
I got you.
So anyway, I waited till that truck, and that's the last I remember. There was a van sitting in the middle of the highway, so I couldn't even go into it. And I'm sure I never took off till there was nothing coming. And that van had just come off, and he was still whenever I let the clutch out to go across it, that van was still in the highway. And I just, it was in low gear, and got in 50 on the westbound side. I was just in there but anyway, a car hit me at a high rate of speed right behind the front axle and knocked the door open, and obviously I went through the door and hit the car. My body hit the car that hit me.
Oh, damn.
Knocked me out of the
So you flew out of the truck?
Yeah.
From the impact?
From the impact.
Wow.
And I bounced off that car and ended up underneath the trailer. And of course the trailer, when it hit us at that high rate of speed, it broke the transmission housing, and the truck went about, it was in low gear, still running, and it killed itself, but I was found out later that somebody turned the truck off, but it wouldn't turn because it was all disconnected in between. But when I woke up, traffic, was all stopped, and they was going behind me, going around the accident on the access road. And my daughter had come all the way from Green Ridge out there because she found out that I had been in an accident. But at that point, nobody knew where I was. I was underneath that trailer, and my head was, when I woke up, I pulled my head out from underneath the back wheel and pulled that and got out. And boy, I hurt all over. I didn't have but I think 3 or 4 busted ribs, and blood's running out of both ears. And
Man.
I was pretty mismet. But anyway, I got out from underneath it, and of course they at this point, the highway patrolmen, the ambulance was there, and the wrecker drivers was all there when I called out from underneath that trailer. And Of course, they didn't know who the driver was, but the guys that was following me, of course, when they had that, they was all there, and they told the highway patrolman that it was David Ward, you know, that was their boss. And they didn't know where he was, and I guess they thought I was running or something. I don't know, but anyway, I told the highway patrolman. First thing I asked him is if the driver had the headlights on. Well, his answer, or the answer of the highway patrolman said, of course he had it. It was after dark. Well, they didn't bother to check and see if the lights was on, but later on, we did find out that the lights switch was pushed off. It had been shut off. It was a kind that you turn.
Of the driver that hit you.
Yes.
Okay.
But anyway, it was a bad deal. Took me to the hospital. I was in there 4 days. But there was the passenger of that car that hit me was killed instantly right there on the plate. Well, I went to court. They wanted to give me the highway patrolman's. They give me a ticket for careless and imprudent driving, failure to stop sign, and this was they was throwing the book at me, you know, because. But anyway, I hired an attorney, and I told him, I said I was not pleading guilty to all them charges, and then he went to court, and what'd he do? He throwed me under the bus. And said he was going to plea it out for me. I said, no, we're not going to do it. So I fired him.
The lawyer was going to say
The lawyer that I'd hired first.
Isn't he supposed to protect you?
Yeah, but he didn't. He was a Republican. He was. I thought, boy,
no wonder you hate Republicans.
Well, he was a state senator, I think. I don't remember that. I'll think of it here in a minute of his name. But anyway, they had wrote me tickets. They said if I didn't plead guilty to careless and imprudent driving and that they was going to upgrade it to a felony charge, and that's what they was going to do, and that's not right. They was trying to railroad this truck driver. So that didn't work because I fired him and I hired an attorney, Spencer Eidelman. Well, he canvassed that town for witnesses of the accident. And he come up with the guy that was parked in the center of the road, and he said he seen no vehicle whatsoever coming, or they wouldn't have went across in front of him. Mm-hmm. And he had to because he seen me. But anyway, I beat the case. You know, didn't cost me but $25,000.
Oh, dang!
For two attorneys and everything, being they upgraded it to a felony charge. But I'll never forget whenever he told me that it was Mr. Ward, you are